The universe's last hope. Michael stood at the control panel, his eyes scanning the screens in front of him. The room was filled with a low hum as the machines whirred and beeped, each one playing its part in the complex operation. Sweat glistened on Michael's brow as he worked, his mind focused on the task at hand. "Michael," a voice called from behind him. He turned to see his brother, Anthony, standing in the doorway. "What is it?" Michael asked impatiently. "We need you out here," Anthony said urgently. "The others are getting ready to leave." Michael sighed and ran a hand through his hair. "I can't right now, Anthony. I'm in the middle of something important." Anthony stepped forward and placed a hand on Michael's shoulder. "I know you're busy, but they need your help." "We all do." Michael hesitated for a moment before nodding. He knew that Anthony was right, they were all counting on him to save them from the war that raged outside their door. "Okay," Michael said finally. "I'll be right there." He turned off the machines and followed Anthony out of the room and down the corridor. As they walked, Anthony filled him in on what had been happening since he had locked himself away in his lab. "The corporations have taken over most of the planets," Anthony explained. "They're enslaving everyone and using them to build weapons for their army." Michael clenched his fists at his sides as anger surged through him. He had always known that the corporations were corrupt, but he never imagined they would go this far. "We can't let them get away with this," Michael said through gritted teeth. "I know," Anthony replied quietly. "That's why we need your help." They reached the command center where their friends and family were gathered around a holographic map of space. Jacob, Riley, and Lucas were discussing battle plans with their father, while Heather and Rhonda were busy preparing supplies for the journey. "Michael," their mother called as she saw him enter the room. "Thank goodness you're here. We're about to leave." Michael nodded and joined his family at the map. His heart sank as he took in the sheer size of the corporation's army. It seemed impossible to defeat them. "We need a plan," Nicholas said, his voice filled with determination. "We can't just charge in blindly." Everyone turned to look at Michael, waiting for him to speak. He knew that they were all looking to him for answers, but he had no idea where to begin. I'm not sure," Michael stammered. "I need more time to think." "There's no time," Anthony said firmly. "We have to leave now if we want any chance of stopping them." Michael felt a surge of panic rise within him as he realized the weight of responsibility that rested on his shoulders. "Okay," he said finally. "Let's do this." They boarded their ships and set off into space, each one armed with weapons and shields designed by Michael himself. As they approached the first planet, Michael's mind raced with ideas for how they could defeat the corporations and free those who had been enslaved. The battle was fierce, but thanks to Michael's inventions, they were able to hold their own against the corporation's army. One by one, they liberated each planet until only one remained, Earth. "This is it," Nicholas said as they prepared for their final assault on the corporation's headquarters. "If we win this battle, we'll be able to restore peace throughout the universe." Michael nodded and took a deep breath as he prepared himself for what lay ahead. He knew that this would be the most difficult fight yet, but he also knew that failure was not an option. The battle raged on, each side fighting with everything they had. Michael's heart pounded in his chest as he watched his friends and family risk their lives to save the universe. He felt a surge of pride and gratitude for each one of them, knowing that he could never have done this alone. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the corporation's headquarters was destroyed and their army was defeated. The universe was safe once again. As the dust settled, Michael looked around at his friends and family. They were battered and bruised, but there was a sense of triumph in the air. "We did it," Michael said quietly. "We actually did it." Everyone cheered and clapped him on the back, thanking him for his help in saving them all. "I couldn't have done it without all of you," Michael said sincerely. "You're all heroes in my book. There's a part 2 preview.